That breaking news: skeletal remains found in an abandoned building in downtown Jackson this afternoon. 3 on your side, first on the scene on Gallatin Street. The investigation started when the Jackson Fire Department responded to a trash fire. Firefighters found those remains during a walkthrough after they put out the fire. Hinds County Coroner Jeremiah Howard says that's when his office was called out. The damage from the fire was minimal. Those remains will now be sent to the state medical examiner's office. Capitol Police are classifying it as a death investigation. They are the lead agency in this case.